As I discussed in the live stream on Tuesday, Republicans in the House and Senate have decided that their midterm strategy is going to be to cling to Donald Trump. And the reason that's important, and I'm not going to rehash all of that, they're not going to run away from him, they're going to run towards him and tell voters, we love Trump and you should too. But the reason that is so ridiculous is because multiple different Republicans from the Senate actually spoke to the Hill on the same day that Republicans announced, yeah, our strategy is we love Trump. And they spoke to the Hill to tell them Donald Trump is completely out of touch with the needs, wants, and desires of the American public. So on the one hand, we're going to stick by him and we're going to run on loving him. And also, he really sucks at everything he does and the American people hate him. So I'm not sure how these Republicans can, have those two conflicting ideas, but that is what they're doing. But the problem, according to these Republicans in the Senate, is that Donald Trump is preoccupied with quite literally everything other than the dire economic situations facing American families. To put it another way, Trump is out of touch on the issue of the economy, which poll after poll shows us is the number one. Honestly, some polls show it's basically the only issue in this year's midterms. Donald Trump is hyper-focused on the reflecting pool. He's hyper-focused on the Great American State Fair and gluing gold inside the Oval Office. He's focused on what Obama's doing today, but he's not focused on the fact that Americans cannot afford groceries. He doesn't care about the fact that Americans cannot buy houses anymore. In fact, a week ago, and this is what some Republicans specifically mentioned, he refused to sign the Housing Act that passed with bipartisan support that would prevent these massive corporations like BlackRock and others from going in and buying up single-family homes. The American public desperately needs that. And Trump said, who gives a shit about housing? That is his exact quote. That he, according to Republican Senator Tom Tillis, who gives a shit about housing? And for somebody in the real estate business to say who gives a shit about housing, not the best marketing strategy. And of course, with an American public that is desperate to be able to buy a house, yet can't afford to do so, I would say everybody cares about housing. Kind of something most of us need to survive. In fact, I would say all of us need, yet many of us cannot afford. Nevertheless, that is just one of many issues where Donald Trump has expressed not just a lack of caring, but almost a disdain for those particular issues. He said a week or so ago, I love the inflation. The very thing that he ran on solving in 2024, blaming it all on President Biden, and he comes out and says, I love the inflation. As American people struggle to be able to afford gasoline, to afford groceries, coffee, meats, electronics, cars, whatever it is, they are struggling. So Republicans know that Donald Trump himself is not on the ballot this year. They are. And they know that the American public is going to take out their anger on the party in charge, and that is them. So instead of running away from Trump, instead of coming up with better ideas and saying, listen, we disagree with him on this, they're running towards him, and the entire Republican Party now is telling the American public, none of us care about your problems, and we're not even going to pretend to anymore. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.